Hello.
Hello.
Morning, guys. How's it going?
Good morning.
Kyle, Reggie, Daniel, some people in here early.
Yep.
How are you?
Good, rough morning, but
Yes.
yeah.
You're like kind of just getting in and sitting down.
Yeah. Car broke down in the middle of the road. Yeah. So it was exciting. Like completely dead. Couldn't even push it. Like it was stuck in park.
Really?
Well, it died. I had to put it in park to restart it. And it wouldn't restart, and then I couldn't take it out of park. So then I couldn't even push it out of the road.
You couldn't put it to neutral. There's no way.
Okay. And then like it was so dead that even like I couldn't even turn on the emergency lights. And so there's cars going like 70 miles per hour, and I'm just stuck there. So oops. Yeah, but I made it.
Yeah. Well, anyway, careful out there.
It's rough.
We have some interesting stuff to talk about today.
Yeah.
We have something to give away. This awesome master grade kit. So part of the Ace Pilot series. It's Ace something log. What was it? See, it's printed somewhere. Now I'm suddenly drawing a blank. What was it? It was Ace Pilot log, something like that. Love this version of the master grade ZakuAurelius because it's like in the kind of standard ZakuAurelius colors, but it's got the high mobility type legs and backpack and some really cool markings and stuff in there. The waterside decals.
Yep. Good stuff.
But next week is Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
We're of course going to be having sales and some special stuff going on. We're gonna let you guys know all the details of
next week, Tuesday. We're not sure what day, but some pretty cool stuff coming. Yeah. Free items. We're doing something special with all the free giveaways too, that you can actually earn some extra stuff, which is pretty cool. So stay tuned.
Yeah. I wanted to let you do that because I didn't know how much you wanted to say at this point. Yeah. But we're gonna let you guys know all the details next week.
Yeah, next week, everyone should know kind of what's going on. We'll post up on our website. We'll send out social media posts. If you have signed up for our text messaging, you'll get a text message just letting you know what link to click on to see everything. But yeah, I mean,
yeah. Other than that, we also have an event planned at the end of December.
Yes.
Again, I don't know how much you want to say about that.
So Christmas falls on Sunday, so Christmas Eve is Saturday. So what we're planning on doing is that Friday, so Christmas Adam, which no one here knew what Christmas Adam was.
Never heard that
before.
So
if you've heard Christmas Adam and you're here, just say you have in the chat. So I don't feel like I'm the only person in this entire warehouse that's heard this before.
Your parents made that up and told it to you.
Right. Maybe. Adam comes before Eve.
Yeah.
But that Friday we're looking on doing a build day here, where we'll be grilling out hot dogs, hamburgers, free sodas, plenty of tables and chairs for anyone that's come. It's been a long time since we've done a build day. It was before COVID. But I think we're okay now to do one.
Should be all right. And it'll be outside too.
So. Right. Yeah, it'll be outside. There'll be some tables and chairs, probably inside some parts of the warehouse. Probably, hopefully. But yeah, I mean, we'll send out more information on it, but we will just be kind of asking for an email just to let us know if you are coming, how many people, just kind of get an idea. Because build days we've done in the past, we thought maybe like 20, 30 people show up, and then we've had 120 show up. So we just want to make sure we're ready for it. We have enough food for everybody, but we'll be sending out some more info on that shortly.
Yeah. It's kind of in the very early stages. And at the moment, we're just kind of focused on the Thanksgiving sale next week. But yeah, we'll have some more information for that. But just if you're in the area or want to come to the area the Friday before Christmas, I'll be here.
Yeah, it'll be your first one. We haven't even done one since you've been here.
No. Man. Just haven't really.
So we could do a meet and greet.
I mean, you can just call it a build day. That's
fine. Build with Zach.
I'm fine with just calling it a build day, and I'll also be there. But so I'll maybe try to be building something, but I figure probably most of the time I'll just kind of be like chatting with people.
Yeah, I'm sure that's how it'll go.
You guys can come bring stuff to build, or the storefront will be open. You can come buy something and build it if you want.
Absolutely.
Whatever. Sure.
Yeah.
exciting stuff on the way. As far as like days will be open or days will be closed in case people want to come in and shop next week.
So next week we will be closed Thanksgiving, but we will actually be open then that Saturday and Sunday after Thanksgiving. Storefront will be open.
Well, Friday.
Friday will be open.
Right.
Yeah, the only day we'll be closed is Thursday, Thanksgiving Day.
Okay. So yeah, Saturday, Sunday too.
Yeah, that's Saturday,
so
Sunday.
If you guys, normally not open on the weekend, right. But if you guys want to come on next weekend, yeah, be here.
Come on by,
yeah. All right. So with that, what's coming new and exciting recently? Anything? The new judges are on the way.
The judges should be here any day, guys. Like it's essentially when we get stuff because we'll order the whole thing, different things in the order. So it's not just stuff has already arrived that's from that order the judges are on. So that means the judges could be here today, could be here tomorrow. Tracking kind of stinks when it's just a container.
Hopefully not tomorrow.
Yeah, right now tomorrow. Yeah, so either today, Monday, Tuesday, they'll be here any day. So if you did pre-order those, as soon as we get them, we will be trying to get them out as fast as we can, so we're not backlogged for our Thanksgiving sale.
Right.
Bad
timing with
right.
Us,
yeah. So we'll be getting and pushing and fighting to get everything out as fast as we can when those all come in. New wise, I don't know. There's been some new stuff, but I can't think of anything off the top of my head. I mean, the Rogue Raid Galgar, but I don't know if we've done a video since then.
No, I don't think so.
But those are all sold out.
Yeah.
A lot of the new stuff's already sold out. We had it in stock maybe a day or two before they were gone.
The PG Astray.
So is a restock coming. So we did get our allocations for October, November, December, which arrives November, December, January. So anything that we are getting like a good amount of, we have put up for pre-order. So you guys, there's a lot of good perfect grades coming back in stock. Bandai hasn't really made a lot of those lately. Like perfect grade Astray frame, the Riser.
Okay.
The Riser, the Exa, but that might be sold out now. Pre-order. The Unleashed, those are still we were getting a decent amount of those. A lot of good master grades, a lot of good high grades. So just go on and take a look. So a lot of those things that we are getting a lot of that are confirmed numbers that we are definitely getting in. So you don't have to worry about.
One thing that I was going to mention, I was going to grab these kits before I came up, but I forgot. But in case you guys missed it, a couple of things that came in for the kind of as accessories for the RG God Gundam. You had the stand for that. Oh, are they?
So yeah, we are getting more. Okay, they are sold out.
So I thought we got a lot of them, but yeah, we had. Well, anyway, if you guys missed the announcement of that,
might be still in.
Okay,
but I'm pretty sure out of the I don't know what it is, the ring or something like that.
Yeah, the stand for the RG God Gundam, and then the kind of different version of the Funsaki. It's not it's not the same as what comes with the HG Master Gundam. Similar, but
a little bit more articulated. This version is.
Yeah, it's a nicer version. Of
that,
so if you weren't aware of just like the post of those kits originally, those have come in, and I guess maybe not available at the moment, but we're getting more.
We're placing order right now through that company, so we'll probably have some up for pre-order or in the next day or two. We did get the Dark Advent ISIS kit that did come in. I don't think
finally after being delayed for like a year.
Yeah, pretty much. So those did come in. We still do have a decent amount of those for the most part. They are going quick. We're selling a pretty decent amount every day. So if that's something you're into, just make sure you pick one of those up before those are gone.
Really nice kit.
Yeah,
I was really happy with it. I think I did my review about a week or so ago. Instagram took down my post of that kit.
Oh, did they really? Yeah.
So it's too lewd.
Did you show the lewd stuff?
No, it was censored, which, I mean, I've seen some stuff on Instagram. And
I've seen some stuff on Instagram that's still
a
probably
censored model kit was, I think, anyway, so I requested it to be reviewed, and it was reviewed, and it was put back up. But that was funny.
Probably a bot or something. No.
Yeah, I guess so.
Too much cleavage.
Yeah. Or somebody reported it. I feel like probably could also be the case. Anyway, check it out. Yeah. All right. So we're getting to get into some of the questions. Normally the post goes out on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, but I apologize, guys. Something went wrong and the post didn't go out to Instagram. So
So today's Zach's last day because of
that. Sorry, guys. Bo asked, how are y'all feeling about the Witch from Mercury kits so far? Any MGs or RGs you'd like to see from the line?
Speaking of that, we did get some Witch from Mercury kits in. Yeah. See, I'm forgetting all this stuff that we...
Some.
Yeah, we got some in of... we have one still in stock. The...
Bigger View.
That one, yeah.
Yeah.
The other two, we got those pre-orders out. There's more coming probably any week, honestly, guys, that will fill the rest of the back order, rest of the pre-orders, and have stock, I would think. Check those out. As far as the kits are concerned, I think they're pretty cool. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, they seem pretty...
Yeah, they're very cool. Very simple, but really nice. Yeah. As far as any MGs or PGs I would like, or MGs or RGs from the line,
they'll probably make an aerial, but I don't know. They're making that RE1 or full mechanics, whatever you want to call it.
Full mechanics, yeah.
Yeah, full mechanics one's coming.
I figured that they're gonna make an MG of that. I hadn't really thought too much about RGs, but it makes sense. I think that's a good guess. That probably is coming.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, if it's a popular series.
Seems so far.
They'll abuse it like they did Unicorn.
Yeah. Seems so far it's going well as far as the series goes. So I think people are liking it. So that means that probably the Master Grade will be coming relatively soon. RG maybe a little bit later. Usually, like, they're not quite as quick to put out an RG along with the series. So that's probably a little bit further on. But
yeah, I got the so there's a poll that was in a Facebook anime group that I follow, and the girl, I don't remember her name, Soletta got top female for all the recently released animes.
Oh yeah, I think I saw.
Did you see that?
Yeah. For like the like currently ongoing anime series, like top favorite female character.
Yeah,
like that. Yeah, no, I think the series is doing well. I've only seen the prologue, so I've not seen. They're only into like the first four episodes, something like that. I think so.
Good stuff, though.
Abraham asks, would you guys like it if MG kits became even more complex, or would you like if they stayed about the same or simpler?
I think they've gotten more complex as technology advances with model kit. You look at the old model kits, now the articulation is so much more. There are more parts with new Master Grade kits than there were with older Master Grade kits. I don't really know. I don't want them to be like walking in, things like that. I don't think that would be good for complexity. But I mean, any more articulation and weapons and maybe little LED gimmicks and stuff like that would be cool. But they are doing that as like the newer kids usually, from my perspective, anyways. I don't know. You build way more than I do.
I would say, kind of like how some people say that like the more recent RGs are like mini MGs.
Yeah.
I could see more MGs becoming like mini PGs.
Yeah.
And there are a few like that. Yeah, like some of the recent 2.0s, even going back to like the Freedom 2.0, it's been a few years now, but that's like a relatively complex one. Obviously, they have the MGEX line kind of for that as well. But even, like with recent Master Grades, they're not all equally complex. Like you have some much less complex ones like the Jin and the Zaku Warrior, like these Seed Grunt at Master Grade kits are much more on the simpler side. So as far as what I would like, I kind of like both, to be honest. Like stuff like the Master Grade Barbatos, I like the complexity of that kit, but like with the Jin, for example, I like how that kit is not as complex, but still looks nice on the outside. Solid, very nice articulated. So I mean, it does everything it wants to do.
Right.
At the end of the day, for me, what it's all about. But I don't think that they will get too much more complex than what we've seen so far, without that branching into something like a subline like MGEX.
Yeah,
would be my guess. We'll see. Maybe if they make more 3.0 kits, that would probably be about as complex as if they made like a 3.0 Zaku to We'll see how the Zeta is. The Zeta Verka.
Yeah,
that'll be interesting
to see. I like the series you're gonna do where you're building all of them to.
Yeah, which I should also remind you guys. If you didn't see my post this morning, I'm doing a live stream this afternoon. I'll be live again over on my channel, building the Master Grade 1.0 Zeta. So check that out. We're starting from the beginning. Some very interesting things with that kit. Have you ever built it?
No.
Yeah, it's got some interesting aspects. Like one thing is that it has an LED.
Okay.
For a 1996 Master Grade. It's pretty interesting, but it has an LED, but it's for like the stabilizer, not the head. Interesting. Yeah. It's in the stabilizer, I guess, just for like to make it transforming. I mean, there's nowhere to put an LED in the body or in the head, like to make the head light up. So if they wanted to put that in there, it's kind of the only place they could.
Yeah,
makes sense. But
interesting.
There's a couple of pre-printed parts too, with like the decal printed also on the stabilizer.
Yeah, stabilizer got a lot of love.
Indeed, it did. But like for the transformation, it's like sticking up out the top, right? So it kind of makes sense if you're displaying it in Wave Rider mode. It's something you're gonna see. But yeah, check out that live stream later this afternoon. So starting with that, and then I'll build the Zeta Plus C1 and the 2.0, and then the Verka when it comes out. What recent or upcoming release are you most excited for? Borgar asked.
The new P Bandai Master Grade Jigen.
Stark
Jigen, thanks, yes. That I saw the other day, and I was pretty excited for that.
I'm excited that they're finally coming back to make some more Jigen variants. Master Grade line. The also P Bandai MG, the Age 1 full glance is also pretty exciting. A lot of exciting P Bandai stuff on the way. But those are a couple things that come to mind for me as well. The Super Robot Wars HD Huckbane, I'm looking forward to quite a lot. Yeah, that's a really cool design. Looking forward to that one. And a couple of HD Super Robot Wars kits that I built so far, they're a lot of fun. They're nice, What was your inspiration to start building kits or to get into Gunpla? Slowpoke asked.
I think just seeing it on,
could just sum it up with that
on there, and then be like, dang, I want one, and then
I don't know, kind of, it would be interesting if I would be able to remember how I thought about the model kits.
Probably a commercial for me.
It was the commercial, because I wonder, it's either the commercials or I just saw them in the stores.
You had to have seen it at Toys R Us, right?
Yeah,
Toys R Us had them. I distinctly remember just seeing the commercial and like level 1. Level 2.
I'm sure I saw that too. So I'm sure that was probably like happening at the same time. But I'm sure I saw, because at that time I had a bunch of the action figures that they had too, at like Toys R Us and I don't know wherever else, but from Toys R Us mostly. So I had those, and then they had the model kits there at the same spot. So I think that's probably where I first saw the model kits. If you could pick one series to get a full remaster with updated animations, which would you choose? And is there any other changes you would make to the series at the same time?
Probably original, I would say. They could have gone from Origins right into the original series. And I would have been very happy with that.
Definitely. Other than that, I mean, other ones are really nice. Maybe Gundam Wing, just because like that series, as far as like the animation goes, it's not very good. It recycles lots of animations a lot, and it's like it's not as good like Stardust Memory, for example. The animation in Stardust Memories is so good that I don't think I would want like them to redo that. But Gundam Wing, I think definitely would be a good one.
Definitely.
And they could maybe cut out some of like the more boring bits of the series a little bit. I don't know, just kind of rewrite the series maybe.
Give it an update.
Like that could be probably pretty good. I would be all for a reboot of Gundam Wing. Connor asked, I've been building every Double Zeta HG I could get my hands on, and so far I can say that Asimar Angsha are better than some newer HGs. What's your favorite weirdo non-protagonist design from Double Zeta? There's some weird ones. I've not built either of those. I've wanted to build the Angsha for a long time. That's from Unicorn.
From is it Double Zeta?
Mm.
I've never seen Double Zeta.
I can say what I would love to get a kit of would be the Game Hulk, which if I remember correctly is from Double Zeta.
I don't even know what that looks like.
It's like there's a Gundam fixed figuration figure of it, and it's like a pink, a little bit larger, kind of like a mobile armor, mobile suit, sort of like imagine like a pink and orangish kind of version of the O with like beams everywhere, kind of similar to that.
I'm gonna have to look this up.
Yeah. But no, as far as kits that exist, I feel like
Double Zeta. When I think Double Zeta, I think is Sentinel for some reason. Just because, I mean, there's Double Zetas in the Sentinel phases or whatever you want to call them.
Yeah,
which that I've seen.
It's like all the ones that are immediately coming to mind are Zeta. Something like the HG Barlearn's a great kit. That's Zeta. The HG was the one that just came out fairly recently. The Bondoc. That was a really cool one. Also Zeta. So I'm not sure. I'd have to think about it. I'd have to look. Yeah, I've seen about half of the anime series. I didn't finish it, but yeah, I'd have to go back. I don't remember like what were some cool HGs from
like these are the questions that always get me when it's like very specific series, and then you start trying to remember suits that are from that series that might not be another series, or
we see too much stuff come and go.
Yeah, there's a lot.
iMaster asked, I loved that y'all started to carry Initial D kits. Have the both of you watched the anime or played the game in arcades before? No.
I played the game in arcade, but that's it. I've never seen the anime. We actually had a bunch of requests
for those.
Yeah, kits? For those. Yeah, because there were people saying that they were asking more for like car and stuff like that, but then people started asking for Initial D. Like when we'd send emails back, like, well, what specifically are you looking for? Because we don't want to go and buy like 50 different car things and they just sit here, which you've probably seen some of the car ones just sitting here that aren't Initial D. Initial D is actually doing pretty good. Those ones are, but that's what people ask for. So you ask, you get.
There you go. Yeah, if there's stuff that that we don't carry that you guys are looking for, I mean, there's no guarantee that we will if you ask, but if it's something that you're interested in getting, you can always let us know. And if it's something, if we hear from multiple people that they're looking for it, it helps us to know like kind of what stuff to carry. Surely. Connor, who asked the question about Double Zetas there in the chat, one thing he mentioned, the Bondoc is, at least according to his comment, I guess maybe from Double Zeta. I was thinking it was Zeta, but that's a cool one.
Yeah, Baowu is.
The Dodge Custom was also a really cool kit, a P Bandai Master Grade. That was a nice one, definitely. Yeah. Let's see. Do any of you think we'll ever see a return of the giant size kits? Mannequin asks. Is that
mega size?
I don't know. I'm not sure if he's talking about mega
or
size.
He's talking about like the big, like
the 124 scale. I don't know if
it's 124 scales. Yes and no. Let's just assume that's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
They've done recently the collaborations with clothing companies. Remember the black? What is it? The black Zaku and the
Those were of those like massive ones.
Yeah.
Oh, really? I saw that.
But you could only get them in Japan though, and it was very limited. But those were collaborations.
I'm sure they were probably like $1,200.
Yeah, they're expensive. But as far as like mass producing them, no. I would be surprised. If
you're talking about mega size,
yeah, I can see them making a mega size. Probably not anytime soon, but probably when they start catching up with capacity and stuff like that, I could see them.
He is calling me.
Do you need to go?
Well, probably you need to go. He probably has a question for you.
All right.
It's work related.
I'll be back, people.
But if it's me that she needs, you can tell me.
I'll just come get you.
Yeah. Nostalgic asked, do you think mecha will be a viable tool in real life? If so, in what application? I think very possibly so, but definitely nothing in like the 18-meter size, like what we see in like the Gundam series. I think it could definitely be viable as something like similar in size to like a car, about like roughly that. I think anything larger than that, I mean, I I couldn't see, but who knows? I mean, who knows what the future holds? But I couldn't see that as being something like cost effective. I mean, like if you think about it in Gundam, like how often like just a gym is getting blasted in the Gundam series, and how much one of those must cost like in production, probably like hundreds of millions of dollars. It's pretty crazy. So realistically, no, I couldn't imagine that ever being the case. But I don't know, something like human size to like maximum like car size, 10, 12 feet tall, maybe something like that, possibly. Votoms, yeah, random hero in the chat there mentioning Votoms. Yeah, that's what immediately came to mind. And maybe also because the next question here is also related to Votoms. He said, thoughts on Votoms kits, question mark. Will you be carrying any of the new wave ones? It seems pretty hit or miss, and not to mention, guessing it's just a bit insane no matter where you go. Yeah, the pricing on those is pretty steep. As far as what we'll be carrying, was it for you or for me?
For you, she's gonna text you.
Ah, okay. Well, this is a question maybe you can answer. The question is asking if we're going to be carrying any of the wave Votoms kits.
If we can buy them.
Yeah. But yeah, they're pricey.
Yeah, they are. We are getting some wave stuff. So like I showed you the colony and that, but none of the Votom things were on there. So if they do, but I don't know how often they print those. I mean, Bandai doesn't print theirs often at all.
Yeah, they've been coming out with a couple of new ones. Not too long ago, they had the triple set of the scope dogs, and so I don't know, they're coming out with like a few different ones from time to time, but yeah, they're pricey.
Yeah, they can be up there, sadly.
Yeah, they're cool kits though, and just for lack of better options, yeah, since Bandai doesn't really make them too much.
Yeah, very rarely.
Tim asked, what's the most frustrating bootleg kit y'all have built? I'm working on a Go-Go Camphor at the moment, and it's surprisingly all right. I've heard that one's a bit rough. I've not built it, but
for me, the Zaku 3 Dragon Moko kit, and only because the instructions tell you to get parts that aren't the right part.
That was a kit? I've never heard of that.
You haven't heard of that? The Dragon Moko
Zaku
3?
Tallgeese
3, not Zaku. Okay. Sorry, Tallgeese 3.
I was gonna say
Tallgeese 3.
I've never heard of that.
But it's just aggravating because they'll tell you get like part A2 and it's not the part you need. Yeah, completely off.
Okay. Yeah, I did build that one. Yeah.
I did get one of the first early because we sold them
back in the day.
Yeah. So I don't know if hopefully they got enough complaints that they fixed the instruction manual, but I remember getting it and it was just all over the place. Yeah. That one was not too great. Yeah, definitely. That was one of the ones, building that one, and I think the Tallgeese one. I got both of those because the Tallgeese one came with the like the Flugel weapons, which was cool, like the axe and the lance. Yeah, and that was kind of the only reason that I got it. But yeah, building that and later building the Bandai one, the Bandai, of course, so much way better, so much nicer. So that was one of the ones that made me kind of start to not get quite as excited about like third-party bootleg kind of releases and stuff. So Chris mentioning the QQ Wound War, that one was also that was also kind of a mess. Although I do, when it's done, I think it's a good looking kit, but it's a mess. That and the Barzam conversion. The Barzam conversion for the RG is also from QQ. Okay. That's why. For the RG Gundam Mark II, it transforms the RG Mark II into the Barzam Refine. And that one also, you just have to glue everything, which is fine. And it's, again, it looks great when it's all done, but it's not like a beginner-friendly kit. Zero X said, what other UC era beam weapons would you like to see? I'm not sure what he's asking exactly. Like different beam rifles and different hills.
Maybe as like weapon sets. But I'm not sure. I don't know.
All of them.
Yeah. The Shinanju's beam rifles is definitely one of my favorite
it is.
Beam weapons out there. JG asked, hey fellas, hope you're doing good. With the holidays approaching, I'm curious if there are any kits you'd recommend for a gift for someone to get them into the hobby.
Entry grade.
Yeah, entry grade's kind of made for that purpose almost entirely. That's kind of hence the name, entry grade. But yeah, that or one of the new Witch from Mercury kits. If they're if they're somebody who's watching the anime series and enjoying that in the entry, those kits are similar to entry grade kits in their complexity. They're, like I said before, they're pretty simple kits, easy to build. They look good. So if they're watching the series and they're interested in getting into Gunpla, pick one of those if you can. They're not easy to get your hands on, unfortunately.
Not right now.
Not quite yet, but if you can.
Yeah. Now they'll be here, and then I know. I don't know. I don't know if I can say that. So never mind.
That or like any of the Battlelog kits. Any of the
those are good
Battlelog kits that came out. It's almost a year ago now, I guess, at this point, but they're still pretty widely available, and they're all pretty nice too. Especially the I think I didn't actually build this one because it was just a recolor, but the Crimson Goof is really the Goof Custom is just a really, really good HG kit, and it's just that in red.
Yep.
So I mean that one's a good
one.
But any of those were all nice kits. What mobile suit would you like to see as an MG next, or perhaps an mobile suit that needs a 2.0?
So 2.0,
just GPO1.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. A kit that's not, I would love a Pale Rider non-P Bandai master grade. They have almost done that with P Bandai. That I would love. What else could there be?
Girozulu, Rosenzulu.
Yeah, those would be great. Yeah. Those would be really great. Other IBO kits, I think, would be good.
P Bandai Zulu off that. Yeah, those ones would be nice.
There's a lot.
Yeah. Astria asked, what would be a good custom color scheme for a 2-man Zaku team? Need an idea for a project. So like it's 2 Zakus as like a team, and
I think it's 2 people in the Zaku, or a 2-man Zaku team.
I would guess it's 2 mobile suits, and he wants them to have like either matching, or I mean, I would assume matching color schemes, not like opposite color schemes.
Right.
I mean, I don't know. It depends on what version of the Zaku you're also talking about as well. I don't know. I think different color schemes fit different versions of the Zaku more. So like the Zaku 2 F2, for example, has that more kind of pale green color, which I don't think that color would maybe look quite as good on like the Zaku 2 FZ. That darker color scheme I think fits that design a bit more because it's kind of more tank like a bit more. I don't know. So that's a tough one. Zaku's come in many shapes and colors, like we've seen in this particular line of MGs. Not this one. This one's kind of standard colors, but other ones are.
If they were going for like an Ace Pilot color theme for them, I don't know, blue, yellow, blue, red. Blue, yellow would be cool. But again, like you were saying, I mean, you can do parts of like maybe the shield. Well, it's not all Zakus have a shoulder shield, so yeah. I feel like we didn't give them a lot of information on their question there. So.
It's very, very difficult to answer.
Do what makes you happy.
Yeah. Try it out. And, Zaku 2 is something that I'm sure you can find plenty of line art online. So just get some line art online and, pop it into Photoshop or whatever other different program you might be able to use, and then just try out some color schemes, see what looks good. How do you feel about the 100 scale full mechanics line? Is it a contender against Master Grade?
So I don't think it's a contender against it. I think it gives you kits that scale that would not be a Master Grade.
It just gives you more options.
Yeah, it's more of a complement to that line, I would think.
Yeah, I don't think it's ever going to be the case that Bandai is going to abandon one in favor of the other. Right. Yeah, it's not going to be the case. They serve different purposes while giving you, similar products.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say that I like one line more than the other. I like both of the lines. I know a lot of people have a lot of mixed feelings about full mechanics. I love the line. So have y'all ever burned armor pieces for battle damage? What's the best method or process that you would recommend?
So the only thing I've ever done is like bullet holes. So I've taken the end of a match, broken that off, and put them on there, and then lit those on fire. And lit those parts of the match up, and it burns a little hole in. I've done that. I've never used the soldering method. That's the only thing I've done ever, I think, for doing that kind of battle damage.
Yeah, same. I think I've only done it once, I want to say, because it can be, I'm sure there's a lot of ways that you can go about it, and but most of the time the way that I see people generally using that technique is in a way that I think doesn't fit the scale well, because you're melting plastic, and then it's supposed to be a 1/44 or 1/100 scale version of something that's huge. I think the way that it's burned, the way that it's melted, it's kind of hard to say. It's a fictional thing. How does it realistically look a beam weapon melting metal?
You can get how metal should work if it's melted, I guess.
But anyway, it can be useful. It can also be difficult to do if you're going for realism. But the way that I've done it in the past is with a paperclip. So heating the paperclip, just kind of unfolding it, right? So you have just like a little metal rod, basically, and then just heat that up a bunch, and then you just kind of score it with that. Nice. That was to create, I think it made like bullet holes, and also kind of effect to look like a kind of beam saber slash or something like that. But that's something that you can do. It's an option. But try it out. If you have like spare parts, or just try it on a runner, or just like try out a different technique and just see how it looks. See if it will fit where you're going for. What are some of the barriers that need to be overcome in order to start and maintain a successful hobby shop, either online or brick and mortar? Or some of the barriers that you had to overcome?
Finding stuff.
Honestly, getting stuff.
Yeah, getting stuff and probably that's. I don't even want to say that's the hardest part. If it's something you're passionate about, if it's something you're not passionate about, probably the hardest part would be becoming passionate about it. But yeah, I mean, for us, it was probably just getting stuff and then figuring out how to sell that stuff. I mean, I don't know. There's not a secret formula. It's different people have done different ways that they've opened up stores. I'm sure.
You have to know where to look.
Yeah,
who to talk to.
It's
the
different.
Money that you need.
Yeah, definitely probably money, but it's different now than what it was when we started.
Right.
It's way different now if you're trying to get started. I would be willing to say it's probably way easier for me to get started than it would be now, just because of limits that are put on things, and some places aren't even open accounts for people. So it's definitely way harder now.
There's a lot more competition.
Yeah.
So that means, distributors, before distributors were, anybody who wants to buy some stuff for their store, they could, ship it out. But now everything's coming over from Japan, and there's only a certain amount of stuff. And, 20, 30 stores that are trying to get it, they only have so much to give out for distribution.
Yeah.
So it's definitely more complicated now, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Anything else just as far as like the actual infrastructure of the business here? That's
infrastructure wise.
Kind of, I don't know if I can suggest something, but maybe kind of knowing when to hire people if you're just getting started, like at what point you need to hire somebody to do something rather than trying to do it all yourself.
Yeah, I mean that's probably the hardest thing that I do is. So obviously when we started, I did everything, and then you have to give up responsibilities, but you feel like no one else is going to do as good a job as I'm going to do because it's my company, it's my. But learning to give that off and teach people, hiring people that are willing to do what you want them to do and be happy and excited to be here to do it, I think is also difficult. But as a business owner, it's always hard to give responsibilities away.
And just being able to gauge what you need, is, hiring someone, costs a certain amount. Is the benefit of having that person, is it worth that, or is it not necessary? Is it necessary?
I'm trying to think back. I'm sure that was hard, but like now, we've got reports and stuff now that helps me figure that out. So it's not that, but I'm sure when I first started, it was. But then I had Matt. I hired Matt, and then he would come over to my house, and we'd pack stuff. So yeah, it's a fun journey. We should make a whole like poster page about our
story.
Yeah.
Do you have pictures of videos?
Oh yeah, I've got all sorts of stuff. I've got where boxes were in my house from 5 pallets were delivered. My whole living room's full. My wife's mad. So I've got a lot of different pictures.
All right. So yeah, something to look forward to. Punch asked, not sure if it's been asked recently or would know, but it's hard to read. Have an idea of when you'll be getting more MG Zaku 2.0 kits?
Yeah, there are some that I believe are up for pre-order that we'll be getting in, unless they're sold out. I know we just got some in. So I don't know if those sold out, and then we put the ones up for pre-order that we are getting in, because we're getting a whole bunch, if I remember correctly, in December, or if we still have some in stock. So I don't know the answer to that right now, but you can definitely check the website and find
out. This question is interesting because I saw a few people talking about this. Ken asked, now that we're getting an MG Stark Jagan, do you think we can expect an MG Kshatriya in April? Why, if it's very precise. Why
MG Kshatriya, no.
Yeah, I would say no. I saw a few people kind of opining about this.
Yeah. I haven't seen anything
just because we're getting an MG Stark Jagan. We're getting an MG Stark Jagan because we already have an MG Jagan.
Right.
It's just a
it's
few parts.
Yeah.
But an MG Kshatriya, I mean, if they haven't made one for this long, we're not going to get one now because they made a Stark Jagan.
Yeah, I would be very surprised if that happens.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? But I would not take that as an indicator that we're getting a Kshatriya anytime soon.
Yeah, no, that is definitely not an indicator of
that. Jacob asks, what's your favorite looking kit that is going to be available during the Gundam Expo? Mine is the Astray Red Dragon. So like of the Expo exclusive kits.
Yeah, the ones that they're doing over there in New York. So I honestly, I've only seen the Red Dragon, and I saw the what is it? That special colored crap.
There's a lot.
I thought there was a special colored Master Grade Zaku 2.
Was there?
I thought, but maybe I'm wrong. I know there's a crap ton.
The like the metallic coated, like the silver metallic coated MG Freedom 2.0 actually looks pretty cool. It's just like kind of all different shades of silver, basically. That looked pretty nice. Expensive.
There all are.
Mike asks, it would be great to have an option to enlarge pictures on detail pages on the website. Is that possible?
I'm sure it is, but I think it's zoom in picture. It's more regulated to the actual size of the image that you upload onto the website. So if the image is, let's just say, the actual size that you're looking at on the page, if you were to scroll over, because some websites have where you scroll and like highlight over it, you can look at the closer view. It's not going to do that if the image isn't bigger than what you're already seeing. So is there a way? Yes. Is it beneficial? Yes and no. It just depends on the size pictures that we were able to get from the manufacturer, how detailed those pictures are. If you want to zoom in, there's just, but I mean, yeah, it's doable. Is it in the works? Honestly, right now, no, but if enough of you ask, then yes.
Switching over to Facebook for some questions here. Cody asked, what is the best kind of glue you recommend when a part breaks?
I
grab that one.
That's what thin cement.
Yeah, thin cement typically.
Hold on if you want.
But this doesn't work on everything. Most Bandai are mostly polystyrene which that's what this is for. But if it's a polycap, this won't work. If it's ABS plastic, this won't work.
Nope.
So they make other glue specifically for ABS plastic, which in my experience when I've used it also still like didn't work that well. But super glue also works as any kind of CA glue.
Is that the MSG?
Yes.
Okay.
But yeah, that's thin cement is always good to have.
Yeah.
I always have some on hand because I mean, whether you're breaking apart or you're doing any kind of customization or anything like that, that's definitely the best glue because it's made specifically for melting polystyrene plastic. Yep. Is the reprint date for the PG Arcs 178 Mark II released yet?
No.
Are we getting some more of that one?
They were not in my.
Okay.
They were on the order form for October, but they got scratched.
Okay.
So, and then they were not on January, February, March's order form. So
that reprint's probably delayed. Inevitably postponed.
Right. Yeah. I know that they were, I believe it was October. It might have been November, but they were scratched for us. I don't know if they were scratched for us. I'm assuming they were scratched for the US, but they might have just been scratched altogether. Because they'll give us those order forms. I mean, they send that order form to everyone in the world. Everyone ordered. Yeah.
Especially if they're coming out with, if they're doing like a large reprint of other PGs.
Yeah.
They're not going to be doing a large reprint of like 5, 6, 7 different PGs at the same time.
Yeah, because in that October, November, December, they are reprinting the Procreate Red Frame, Exia, Unleashed, Razor. They probably got more orders for those 4 than they did for the Mark II. So they're like, we'll scratch the Mark II so we can fill the orders of the other 4 that were ordered more of, I guess.
Ethan asks, which master grade kit would you recommend, Barbatos or Exia?
Barbatos.
Yeah, definitely the Barbatos. That said, the Exia is a good master grade.
Yeah.
It's definitely not like as nice as the Barbatos. But the Exia gets a bad reputation because it has like one part in the foot that's like a little bit wonky. Yeah. But if you like the Exia and you want to get the master grade, I would say definitely get it. Don't not get it because you heard like, oh, this beat's terrible. Yeah. It's not that bad at all. No. It's fine. But yeah, between the two, I would definitely recommend the Barbatos, but Exia is not bad. Yep. And should be relatively cheap kit. I'm sure the MG Exia can't be more than like $35, something like that. So Kyle asks, what's your favorite Thanksgiving food?
Oh, that's hard. You'll have to eat the turkey that I make. That's pretty good. Don't eat the oven turkey. Eat the smoked turkey.
Okay.
Yeah. Zach's coming to Thanksgiving this year, so but mac and cheese. Not most Thanksgiving food.
Mac and cheese.
Listen, eat the mac and cheese when you come.
I love mac and cheese, but I mean, like, is that like
yes
Thanksgiving food?
You will.
Okay.
Try some mac and cheese. Okay. Stuffing.
Stuffing, not really one of my favorites. No? I mean, like it's fine, but I feel like it's just like a filler food.
Maybe.
Derek.
Okay, sorry. I was like someone in the other room.
I don't know. For me, I haven't had a Thanksgiving in the U.S. So I haven't had a proper Thanksgiving since 2009.
Well, you're about to.
So it's been a while. I just miss Thanksgiving food in general. So I'll be very happy with anything and everything. What's your best guess on what the next PG will be? PG and RG, both of which we have no idea. PG, I don't know if or when that's going to be.
Yeah,
anything.
There could be so many different things. It could be too. It'd be a main suit. They might do an Unleashed Zaku. That'd be cool. It would be very cool if they did that.
Seems like the Zaku 2, I mean, with the Origin, the Zaku 2 got a lot of love and a lot of HGs.
But no master grade.
What we have not gotten like new master grade Zaku, Snow.
Zaku, we haven't gotten a Zaku that's not a high grade in a very long time.
Yeah. There's like we got the Zaku 2 FZ. It's like the RE kit.
We did get that. Yeah.
Other than that, I mean, like, there's no 3.0 master grade. There's no the Unleashed
Yeah.
PG, where that they could make as like a counterpart to the RX-78 too. So yeah, I don't know.
That'd be cool.
It would be nice. I would prefer it if we got like a new PG Zaku 2. I mean, like, I love the style of the Unleashed for the Gundam, but I'm not sure if that style would fit the design of the Zaku quite as well. It being kind of very angular and blocky and stuff. That obviously doesn't work with the Zaku's very curvy design. But maybe they could make it, similarly detailed and similarly complex in terms of like the construction, but like the design that is more fits the style of Zaku better.
Yeah. Oh, we'll see.
It would be cool though.
Rogue grade, who knows? Did he ask rogue grade too?
He just asked what we think the next PG will be. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, people have, since it came out, people have wanted a PG Barbatos. I didn't think that was really
I don't know if
an option.
I don't know if that'll be coming out at A10. I don't know. Maybe
the series is stayed pretty popular. I mean, like, they're still coming out with HD kits.
Is Thanksgiving food.
Fair enough. I mean, I love mac and cheese on any day.
Yeah.
But so I'll take it. Green bean casserole, that's always good.
Yeah.
Of course.
Do you like lots of crunchy onions or not a lot of crunchy onions?
I mean, there needs to be a good ratio. I mean, there could be not enough and there could be too much. Yeah. So I mean, it has to be a proper amount.
Crunchier the better.
You want like loads on there?
Oh, pile it with them. Onions,
sweet potato pie. I mean, like, just like sweet potatoes. That was what I asked you about. There's going to be sweet potatoes.
There will be
marshmallows.
Yeah, that will all be there. Yep.
Candied yams. Yeah, all that stuff's good. Would you want more After War Gundam X? Why or why not? Yeah. I would. That series definitely has gotten for like a full length, like 50 episode series. That's got to be one of the series that's gotten the fewest kits.
Yeah,
that series. There's very little like that. G Gundam Turn A are series. I mean, and you kind of understand why, but they're like full length series that just don't have that many kits.
Yeah.
Turn A just doesn't have that many suits in general.
Yeah.
That's a good reason for that. But X like a Gundam X has a lot of
it does
Gundams, and I guess there are more kits that are like the old.
They made that,
kits.
like F91 and Gundam X had those. They had a lot of older
kits in the 90s,
right? Yeah, but they just don't make them very often, and they're not. I don't think they're graded kits, right? They're just 144 scale, and it's a non-grade.
Some of the X kits, I think, are HG.
Okay,
I believe, if I remember correctly. But yeah, that's like before like HGC.
And I know F91 they're not. Yeah, they're just there's a lot of F91 kits that are out there they're just not graded.
Oh, Chris said the Gundam X is less than 40 episodes. I don't know. I was thinking it had the full 50. Interesting. It got cut short. Oh, okay. Fair enough. It's been a long time since I watched the series, but I do have fond memories of it, and like the Gundams are cool. Like as far as like the range of Gundams and antagonist mobile suits and Gundam mobile suits, it's very similar to Gundam Wing. How you have like a team of like your main Gundams, and then there's like a few different antagonist mobile suits that they meet along the way, and then lots of grunts. Because we've seen like a few kits out now and then, but there's definitely ones I'd like to see. What kit would you ask to receive as your #1 Christmas present? Any kits you want for a Christmas present? We're not really in a position.
Yeah,
like, Gundam kits is not something that I ask for Christmas.
Yeah, it's definitely not something I ask for. It used to be something I asked for.
Sure.
Every single Christmas.
Yeah.
But now it's. I mean, if we have it in stock, I can go grab it. Yeah. So it's not like I guess a fair question. Things that I have asked for before, obviously starting this. Epion, probably a lot of your wingsuits, but you got to think it's like 10 years ago. I was asking for this stuff, 11, 12 years ago, really. Seed suits, I think the original Freedom I got as a Christmas present, master grade. I believe I did there. I remember what I got a lot for Christmas was the old Seed DVDs. When they would release out like 5 episodes of DVD and they would slowly come out. Yeah.
Oh, man,
so
I hate that.
I would get those. I remember asking for those for Christmas. Yeah. But yeah.
I refused to ever buy any of those. I would only buy a box set.
You gotta help you. So it came out with the first one and you got the box. And then you'd get each one as they came out and you could fill the box. They did that with Seed Destiny. What was why can't I think of what XT is from? Why can't I think of it? Thank you. Yeah. They did that with that one too, where like your first one you got, and it was a set of 10 DVDs, and there's 2 boxes. So the first one came with the box, and the one you filled that up with 5, and the second one then came with. They were asking for that for Christmas and getting those DVDs but they were like expensive. They were like $20.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I would just wait. I would rather just get just buy the full set for like 60 or whatever, which is very cheap compared to how much those cost in Japan. It's insane.
Wow.
The DVDs and Blu-rays in Japan, I mean, like double or triple what they go for here.
Now I'll go and when they're doing those special sets, like they have the Seed Destiny special set, the Wing one where you'll get like the art book and stuff. Yeah. I'll get those off of other sites.
Sure. Let's see. Oh, but Christmas presents. I think like the last and probably only like Gunpla present that I've gotten from my wife was like when the RG GPO1 came out. I think like she basically we went to the store in Korea and she's basically said like just find something you want.
What you want.
Yeah, and so I got the RG GPO1, both versions of that at that time. Yeah, I think that's the only gift. My Shinanju Stein MG was also a gift, not from her, from my friend, my coworker, when that kit came out.
Nice.
But I think those are probably the last Gunpla gifts that I've gotten. Seeing more in-person events now. Do you have anything planned for the near future? Well, we already talked about that. Okay. With the announcement of the new IBO Gundam, what direction would you like to see Bandai take the IBO MSV line? Yeah. We don't know if that's actually coming out as a kit, though. That was just something that was...
It was artwork released for the game, right? Like the next installment of the game. Yeah. So it'd be cool to get an IBO series. Let's just say we stick with MSV. It would just be cool if they just keep, I guess, releasing them as kits. Because there's, 60-something Gundams?
40 something?
40-something?
Okay. Around there. Yeah.
And we only know of, 12 or something, or 13. I don't know what the number's up to now. So it'd be cool if they keep coming out with those. It'd be cool as long as they make them as kits. That would be cool. But yeah, the green one, I liked it a lot. I don't remember the name of it.
Yeah, not only that.
But it's a bulky one, which I'm favorite to.
That's cool.
My bulky suits.
Yeah, like getting like 1 or 2 new HD IBO kits every year. It's kind of how it's been for the past couple of years. Like, I'm fine with that because the kits have been fun. Yeah, they're nice kits. They're cool. 72, he said. I was way off. Yeah, I mean, like on the one hand, I would prefer other things probably if I had that choice. But they're fun kits.
They're cool designs. Yeah. Like I like the IBO stuff.
As far as if they were to make any more animation, I mean,
I would like that.
I think like a full-on series, maybe not, but if they were to make like a side story, like kind of OVA, I think could be cool.
Yeah, that would be
like
cool.
6, 7, 8 episodes and like a little bit longer, 40 minutes, something like that each. I think that could be interesting.
Doable.
Ruben asked if we were finally getting a new IBO master grade kit, which would you want it to be? You usually say the Vidar.
Yeah, I think the Vidar or the Bale. Vidar I would like personally. Grays, I think
Grays,
is what
that's what I would choose.
We're asked this question.
More, yeah. But more than likely it's gonna be another Gundam frame one. It's not gonna be something like the Grays, but I would love a master grade Grays, definitely. Let's see. Devin asks, what's your favorite Gundam? That's a difficult one for me. I can't answer that, but do you have one?
Shinanju Stein.
Yeah. Jeremy asked, what kit has been in your backlog for the longest? That's a good one. That you've not built, obviously.
I have no clue. I would say there's some resin ones that are in my backlog. I've been there for a long time. But there's a bunch of kits. There's Master Grade Mark II Titans. Has been there a long time. A long time.
For me, I don't know. I have like a Master Grade Ingram kit that I've had for a long time. That's probably one of them for me. Not Gundam, but
yeah.
Then yeah, maybe something like the Ellen Kshatriya. That's one.
Yeah.
I had for a long time. Still not fully built that. All I've ever built of that is just the frame, which I think whenever I do actually go and finish that kit, I want to redo the frame. I'll probably strip that and redo that because it's only like partially painted.
Yeah.
That's going to be a project. Not looking forward to that. But at the same time, I've thought about it so many times, like if I should just sell that kit.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking like, I don't know, like when am I ever really going to want to build that kit? At the same time, like, it's so rare.
Did that come with the Gatling guns?
Or no, that was separate. That came out separately. Yeah, and I'm not sure if like later prints of that, because it had to have been like reprinted later by like some different company that just kind of got the molds and reprinted it. I guess, like mine is an original one. Yeah, I don't know. Eli in the chat asking, what's the next contest? That's something that I was going to mention at the start, but
you were?
Yeah.
You decided not to?
I decided no more contests.
That's it.
Yep. After this last one, it was just a mess.
I wish we're done.
No. No, I was just going to make mention of, just because I figured some people are probably wondering now that Mecha Musume contest is finished, which was very successful. I was happy with that.
Yeah, it was awesome. Really cool stuff.
But yeah, I figure people are going to want to know what's the next one. But with Thanksgiving next week and then Christmas coming, it'll probably be after Christmas when we'll start. Probably at the beginning of the new year will probably be a good time to start the next contest when you do something big and fun. I don't know, unless you want to start something sooner. It's up to you.
We could just announce something and then that way then people can ask for Christmas or something maybe, if that's something they want.
Sure.
It was the same thing that I'm thinking it is. Because honestly, we haven't really talked that in depth of anything.
So I mean, clearly it's not even been the theme is not even decided yet. So like we just wrapped up that one and just got the prizes all sent out like last week. So yeah, we'll be discussing it. But like I said, next week's Thanksgiving, so that's kind of the main thing that's going on here at the moment. But we'll let you guys know soon. We'll think about that. We have some ideas. There's like a few, like a cache of like 4 or 5 ideas and things that we've talked about doing in the past. So we'll let you guys know about that pretty soon. Drew asked, what are the worst kits you've both ever built? We kind of talked about that, like that Dragon Ball was probably one of the worst. It wasn't like terrible, but the QQ.
No, it was pretty bad.
Wound War. There were some bad ones. Chris also mentioned in the chat like the Motor King one. I don't think I've ever built any of those, and they only made a couple. But from what I've heard, those are also pretty bad too.
Yeah.
Currently taking part in a Secret Santa. What off-the-wall unusual kit would you get to surprise someone? What would be something kind of weird and different? I don't know. Can you think of anything?
Probably not a Bandai kit. You can get like a Hex Gear kit or something that's good, because Hex Gear kits are good.
Yeah.
But not mainstream, like a Mecha Musume or.
I mean, I'm thinking that they want it to be somewhat comical, like kind of silly in a way or something, not like something cool, something that like you would get and you would have a laugh about. Kit. Yeah, something that you could laugh, but then like still enjoy building. Yeah. But like it would be kind of funny. Yeah, that's a good example.
Kit would be which interesting that we sold a ton of those last year. I asked Bandai if they could reprint them.
Nothing.
No.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, and they haven't come out with anything new in that line in general. What is it? What Chronicles? Something is the name of that line.
Yeah, because they had that, like the PlayStation,
Sega Saturn.
Sega Saturn. Something else did come out in that line though.
Yeah, I can't remember now offhand. But
I know there were plans for other things that have not come to fruition.
Wasn't there like shoes coming out, or was that like a third-party thing?
I don't know.
And there was like a shoe model kit that was coming out. I think that might have been a similar third-party company. But anyway, it was an interesting line. Yeah, it's a shame that we haven't had anything more from that. But yeah, that would be a good one. Lego, the PlayStation was a cool kit.
Yeah. Lego did Adidas shoes, didn't they?
Don't know about that. Okay. But yeah, those would be some cool ones because he said what would be an off-the-wall unusual kit. So that's probably a good guess. I was thinking like other things, if it was like a Pokemon kit or a Sakura Wars kit. I mean, those are maybe a little bit more unusual, but not.
Yeah.
Ramen's a good one.
Chat's going off. Yeah, I think we said maybe it was. I don't know how far back the chat is, but it was other than the cup noodle. Because
let's see.
I think they just saying cup noodle.
Yeah, that's all.
Chat's probably like 2 or 3 minutes behind here. So
Anyway, let's see. Gunpla Joey asked if you could only use one paint brand for the rest of your life, which would it be and why? He's asking because he's recently doing his paint brands trials.
Mr. Color, just because
it's solid.
Yeah. You can't go wrong with it. We do have a new paint line. He's doing it soon in 7, which is really, really good stuff. I don't think you've tried it yet.
Not yet, but yeah.
So that's a really good paint line that we have. I mean, SMS is good, but if I had to choose one, I'm sure Scott will kill me for not saying
right. I was
SMS.
It's difficult to choose one just because it doesn't necessarily mean that the other ones are bad or like you can't get as good results. Because like SMS or like Gaia, Sunan I've not tried, but I mean just from what I've seen and what I've heard from Joey, he's been telling me about his experience with them. I mean, also seems good. So AK paints that I've used before were also nice, really nice coverage, like with those, for example. But so I mean, really, if I was stuck with any one of those brands, I would probably be fine. I'd be perfectly content with just any one of those. To be honest, I mean, like Mr. Color. I mean, I don't really, not for any particular reason, really, honestly.
Just for me, it's just the most I've used. I mean,
I have the most experience with it. Yeah, that's kind of the only reason. It wouldn't be any particular reason, like because the paint quality is more consistent. I mean, because my experience with others, SMS Gaia,
same,
the quality is always consistent. So I don't really have any problems with it. I will say, I like that bottle design more than the tall bottles like the Gaia Notes SMS that have the taller bottles. I like the shorter ones, easier to mix, easier to pour. So I don't know. That's one thing to consider, I suppose. Morgan asks, what kits would you all most like to see get MD 2.0? Oh, we kind of already answered that. And 2.0 PGs. Let's see. What do you think would be next? RG, kind of talked about that. Well, we didn't really necessarily.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
that's hard. I mean, there's so many different things they could do. I mean, they never even did all the wing suits that they showed a teaser thing years ago.
The line art that they teased of the Goof, the Jim, Ground Gundam.
Yeah, none of that came. Did you see the all the metal builds from the Tamashi show? Yeah, so that's pretty exciting.
Yesterday, right?
Yeah,
there was lots and lots of stuff.
Yeah, if you are a Tamashi fan, metal build fan, or Tamashi figure fan, there's a lot of stuff got announced yesterday, so go check it out.
Which mobile suit would you use for an SDHG kit base? That's a good question. There's a lot of options.
Yeah, and I would use probably the SD
EX
cross silhouette.
See, for me, I really like the SDEX kits. Overall are not that great for different reasons. The color separation is like worse than standard SD, which is already not good.
The hollow line.
Hollow parts, things like that. But the one thing that I do really love about the SDEX kits is that the heads are more just like SD versions of the regular Gundam head without the cute aspect to it. So like they're not as like big eyes, they're kind of more mean looking heads. So I think they fit really well for doing something like that, where you want to do an SD HG kit bash, unless you want it to kind of have more of that kind of cute SD factor. If you want it to just have just like the big head but still looking like a mean Gundam face, those are good for that. So that would be a good, and those kits are cheap, which is nice. If you're going to buy a kit and then only use the head, might as well get a cheap one. So the SDEX kits are really good for that. And there's some really good ones in that. The Barbatos is in the line, Shinanju, the Wing, Endless Waltz, Wing Gundam. There's a lot of really great options there in the line. RX-72.
Is that Zaylan? It's about Citadel paints. If you have a hobby store near you that sells Warhammer stuff, usually they'll have Citadel paints. We used to carry Citadel, but it did not do anything at all. No one wanted it. So.
Speaking of which, I still need to ask you about that paint rack. I asked you about. I forgot we were going to check later on.
I think there's like some armored Komodo that we used to sell on there, and I think that's it. So you could probably just honestly, we'll look at it.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. If you could pilot any mech, what would it be?
It's not Justein.
Yeah, like Rosenzula always comes to mind for me for this one, just because I think like when we've had this question in the past, I thought that it'd be a fun one just because you have like the Rose kind of bits, kind of incom kind of weapons that you can control, and like its claws, so like really fun for like melee combat, and then like all the beam weaponry and stuff that it has. It has a really good range of weaponry.
I think we both didn't really pick overpowered suits, so
I mean, it can be. I mean, it's just not like the unicorn, like
strike
OP.
freedoms.
That something like that. No. But I mean, like in terms of like what the mobile suits, I guess
they're pretty good,
capable of. Like, I mean, they're on a similar line, I think. Some of the like for those ones, like the strike freedom, some of it's like OP capabilities is just because it's just for the story,
Right.
Any Bandai Super Mini Plot kits coming up? I've not built any of those.
We don't really get Super Mini Plot because they're usually super expensive for what you're getting, and they, from a business aspect, no one buys them. When I say no one, you might have one or two people. Where you think of like a new high grade kit, you're selling thousands, versus one or two from the Super Mini Plot. So,
and even if you were to order like one box, which is maybe like 12, and even with that, like you said, if you're only selling 2, 3, 4, and then you've got,
from a business aspect, it's
a stack of them that's just going to sit there until then later you have to mark it way down in a sale to finally move it. And then even at that point, it's still like expensive for what it is.
Right. And you're losing money. So it's expensive to buy and you're losing money because,
So I don't really get that line, to be honest. But I don't know. It's doing well enough that they keep making them.
I think
it's popular in Japan.
Yeah, it's got to be doing well there.
What would be a good custom? Okay, that's one we already read. Actually, the custom color scheme. What airbrush kit would you recommend for a beginner? I saw somebody asking this in the chat too. So,
me and you sometimes have differing opinions. I feel like on this
airbrush.
I say just get a cheap one and practice and play around, and then when you want to spend the big bucks. But I think you're the opposite.
No, not necessarily.
Okay.
I would say just go for a medium range one.
Okay.
Because, you definitely don't need an expensive one.
No, you don't. You don't need something that's like.
I would recommend though getting something that's good, like decent. Because the only reason that I don't recommend buying a cheap one at the start, because then you're gonna want a better one later. Whereas if you get a fairly good one at the start, it's not super expensive, but it's one that you can just use for a long time without having to buy a second one.
Yeah, I think so. I always say go. It doesn't. I feel like it doesn't really matter as long as it sprays fine, because you're not trying to do super detailed work on Gundam kits with airbrush. You're literally just painting apart one color.
Sure.
And if you want two colors, usually masking it off. That's probably the only reason why I say. I mean, you don't need to spend $100 on. I mean, you can get a $40 airbrush, and it should be fine to last you for a while. But there are different kinds of airbrushes, and there are times where you'll want to be able to your dual action airbrushes where you want to control different things maybe a little bit better. So there is that. I mean, you will start using for post shading and pre shading. And
as far as like the price in relation to the quality doesn't matter quite so much, but there are certain features that I would recommend having. So yeah, like if you're just getting a cheap airbrush that like doesn't have dual action, for example, I wouldn't really recommend it, because having that dual action is really helpful. So like as far as whether it's siphon feed or gravity feed, that's just a personal preference thing. So, you know, without having ever done it before, it's hard to know which one you'll prefer. I mean, just look at different people's opinions on them. I think you like siphon feed.
I do.
Right. I like gravity feed. But yeah, it just depends on what you want to do. I have a couple of airbrushes. I primarily use the 0.3 like needle size airbrush 95% of the time, and then I have a larger one, it's a 0.5, which is great for if you need to spray like a larger piece. It has like a wider spray, so if you're spraying like a lot, or for like a larger kits, or like a wide surface area or something, it just saves you time. Rather than like with a 0.3, it has like a really small size and it's taking you forever. I painted the mega size unicorn with that, and it took forever. And it took like 10 bottles of white paint. It is a lot. But yeah, Chris mentioning MadWorks. MadWorks are good. Iwata is what I use most of the time.
We have Iwata, we have Procon, like the Mr. Hobby ones. We have SMS has one. I believe the SMS one is in the MadWorks. I feel like they're the same thing. I feel like wherever they got them manufactured was roughly around the same, and which they're both very good quality. But yeah, the Procons, I mean, we have those here.
Sparmax also. Sparmax is like what you're saying. Sparmax and Iwata is basically the same. But there's a lot of really good ones. I mean, the only thing is that if somebody goes on like Amazon and buys like one for like $10, I feel like there's just more of a chance that something's going to break or not work properly, and that's the only thing that
I'm not probably necessarily going for $10, maybe like in the $20 $30 range. You'll look at the features. I wouldn't go and spend $400 on an airbrush though. Because you're not doing,
even if
you'll never use the features that
even if you were doing it like super professionally, you just don't really
need that.
I don't think you really need something like that. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure it's nice, but
I don't even know.
All right, let's get to the giveaway. We have a couple of things to give away. I also want to give away this. So I did a kind of review of this book, Mook here, the volume 4 of the Machine Krieger Archive book. So I have an extra one that I'm going to give away. Let me go ahead and draw a winner real quick for that, and then we'll draw our Zaku winners. So let me go here to our random YouTube. Can't figure out how many comments did it say we have.
Yeah, Chris, I'm pretty sure they are the same. I don't want to ask Scott because then, but I'm pretty sure they're from the same. They might even be from the exact same factory, which is just a factory that makes them and does OEM. So, Here
we go. Congrats to Sam for this one. He said, I recall the first time knowing Machine Krieger was on a magazine. I forgot what it is. Never got the chance to dive in more. And I think there's probably more to the comment. It's cut off here. But congratulations, Sam. I asked them to share a comment about like kind of what got them into Machine Krieger or what they like about Machine Krieger. Something like that.
Is this a new picking thing or is this something?
This is the website. It's like one of the 2 main ones that I ever use in case I need to pick a YouTube comment.
That's cool. Nice. Congratulations.
Yes. So there's that. And then, of course, we have our Zaku.
Are we telling them to send you or us?
I'll do that.
Okay.
I'll handle that because it's just on my video. So I'll go and reply to his comments.
Here's the one I'm used to.
Yes. So this one, we need to set it to just 2 because we have no Instagram today. Sorry, guys.
Dun, dun, dun.
And it's 1, which is Facebook, where we had 50 comments. Another 1, 21. All right. So let's just count it out here. Shall we? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
so
10.
Rust 13-0, we have started shipping.
13, 14,
we shipped a bunch
15,
last week. We got in Ariel
17,
and the first 2 from
18,
the prologue.
18,
We
20.
didn't get all of them in. It was just our first early batch. I don't know. I don't think any other stores got an early batch. They might have, or just not gotten them yet. Our main shipment is going to be here, honestly, probably any week, which will fill all of our pre-orders and then have plenty of all those, the first 3 in stock. So, yep.
All right, I got the winner.
Yay.
For us, right below Rolando here.
Oh,
sorry,
man.
buddy.
Just missed.
It is Drew. Congrats, Drew.
Yay.
He asked, what are the worst kits you ever read? Oh, okay, we already answered this question. Good. Yeah. So there you go. Congrats, Drew.
Congrats, Drew. Send us an email to support@usagundamstore.com. We just need it's Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook.
We just need a picture of you logged in, a screenshot of you logged into your Facebook account, and then the address you want us to ship it out to, and we will get this out to you. And congrats. Thanks for commenting.
Yes.
And the question. Very good question.
As always, thanks to all of you guys for leaving your comments and tuning in.
Yeah.
Of course. Like we mentioned at the start, just to kind of recap, next week we got Thanksgiving sale on
Thanksgiving sale.
Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yeah, we'll announce
Tuesday
what
evening.
What it is. There's gonna be lots of giveaways, lots of free gifts, some cool chance items that we'll have that are giveaways too. Good discount on stuff.
Discount code.
Yeah. So just keep an eye for that. Like I said, we'll have banners up on our website. We'll send an email, text messages. If you haven't signed up for that, just go on and you can sign up for that right on our website. But other than that, thank you guys for all the support. I mean, we wouldn't be here doing what we love without you guys. You guys are what help us be able to be here. So thank you guys.
Yeah, and as I mentioned before, if you guys have suggestions or feedback or anything, of course, you can always reach out to the support email.
Yeah.
If there's stuff that we don't have in stock, if it's on the website as a pre-order, we're going to get it. I mean, like stuff that we don't carry, but you would like us to carry. Like I mentioned before, you can always suggest things. Also, like we mentioned at the start, we're having the build day that's planning for December 23rd. Friday, the Friday before Christmas.
Yeah.
What is it?
Yeah.
Adam, what did you call it? Adam Friday?
It is Christmas Adam. I never looked in the chat to see if anyone, if you guys have heard of Christmas Adam, let us know. Yes.
No one's heard of that.
It's not just a me thing. If you do want to come to that, just send us an email to, again, the same support email, support@usagundamstore.com. Just let us know, hey, you are wanting to attend, how many people you might be bringing. That way we can make sure.
Better make like a separate RSVP.
Yeah, we can probably do that. Yeah.
Probably be a good idea.
Yeah.
So that in the customer service downstairs, they're not just flooded with.
They're not doing much. They can answer. Don't lie, is it Ruben? Don't lie. Ruben.
Never heard of it. Oh, yeah, never heard of it.
No,
I don't think
lying.
so.
He's heard of it.
And
Christmas Adam comes before Christmas Eve.
There you go. All right.
Yeah. All right. No, it's Christmas Eve.
And,
all right.
Last thing, then just tune in later this afternoon if you guys are going to be around, if you're available, or whatever time it is for you.
Yeah.
I'll be live later on 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live building the Master Go 1.0 Zeta. So come back and check that out later on. That's it for today. Yeah.
See you guys.
All right. Bye, guys. See you next time.
Bye.